At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, onion rings, wood-fired pizza, in-house beers, steak stone sizzling, pasta, pretzels, cannoli, all made by hand. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
I always have to have it on hand, or in my pocket, or in my car where I knew where it was. Because if I didn't know where it was, I'd panic. But that was in the beginning. And in my head, like as time went on, if I lose it or if I can't find it or I misplaced it, I'll just be like, it pops up whenever it pops up. But in the back of my mind, it's more of like, oh my God, I need it. Like, I need to find it. But in hindsight, it's just more of like, if it comes, it comes back. If it doesn't, then it was meant to be, and it's a sign that I should stop. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who don't learn until I go through it. Just know that every year it gets harder to quit. And every year you start to feel the effect.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I want to say. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
We only have had e-cigarettes since 2012 or 2011. So it's only been a decade, a little over a decade, and we're getting different chemicals that we don't know enough about, which will probably cause us a lot of issues in the future.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Vaping has almost become like an obsession, addiction.
I always have to have it on hand.
It's got to be where I know where it is.
If I didn't know where it was, I'd panic.
I stopped pretty quick because I didn't really get the enjoyment I thought I would get out of it.
I've had friends who have used it, and it's a struggle for them.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, golden and crisp, onion rings battered fresh and fried to perfection, wood-fired pizza made from dough we craft each morning, beer brewed in-house, steak stone sizzling, pasta tossed fresh to order, warm pretzels, fresh filled cannoli, nothing frozen, nothing fake, just passion, patience, and heat. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS men's basketball here on Yellow Jacket TV in the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, with locations in Superior, Poplar, Solon Springs, Esco, Hermantown, Hibbing, and Duluth. Make more possible with National Bank of Commerce, member FDIC. This is Matt Johnson alongside my production engineer, Evan Ludwig, coming to you live from Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin Superior, where it's day 2 of the NBC Tip-Off Classic. Yellow Jacket men leading things off here against UW River Falls, while our second game today will feature Marion taking on Central College of Iowa. Here in this first game today, again, the Yellow Jackets coming into this third game, I should say, of the 2025 edition of the Tip-Off Classic, sitting at 0-1, and Greg Polkowski entering his 9th season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket program. His record to date, 89 wins and exactly 100 losses through his first 8+ seasons. Yellow Jackets opening up the season with a narrow 68-67 loss to Marion in the first game of this year's NBC Tip-Off Classic yesterday afternoon here at the Mertz in Superior. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets and Sabres battled through a tight contest that saw neither team lead by more than 7 points at any time of the game. UWS took their largest lead of the game with 8:29 remaining in the opening half when freshman Nick Nordon scored inside to give the Yellow Jackets a 19-13 lead, but the Sabres came back with the final 8 minutes to take a 33-30 lead at the break, following a three-pointer by Andrew Ayeni with 1:04 left in that opening 20 minutes. And then the second half, Marion took their largest lead of the game when Jazz Orozco scored on a fast break with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second half to extend the Sabres' edge to 62-55. From there, the Yellow Jackets chipped away to eventually come within 68-67 following a short jumper from Caden Lecce with 10 seconds left in the contest. UWS went on to force a Marion turnover on the resulting inbounds pass and therefore had a chance to win it with a score in those final 10 seconds, but the Yellow Jackets failed to get a shot off in their possession and ended up turning the ball over themselves with just 4 seconds left, allowing the Sabres to escape with the 1-point victory. For the game, the Yellow Jackets shooting 41.5% as a team and had 3 players scoring double figures, led by Evan Bennett, who scored 15 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Lecce, meanwhile, had 12 points while making 4 of 6 from the field. Landon Tomer had a double-double for the Yellow Jackets, scoring 11 points on 5 of 7 shooting while grabbing a team-leading 14 rebounds in that loss. Meanwhile, UW River Falls coming in here 0-1 as well. Jeff Burkhoff in his 20th season at the helm of the Falcons program, sitting at 244 and 237 in his coaching career down in River Falls. They dropped their season opener last night as well in Game 2 of the NBC Tip-Off Classic this season, falling to Central of Iowa, which relied back from a 10-point second-half deficit to down the Falcons 68-66 here at the Mertz. In that contest, River Falls took their largest lead of the game on a three-pointer by Reggie Postal with 9:59 remaining that gave the Falcons a 55-45 edge. But the Dutch steadily rallied down the stretch, cutting the lead to 63-62 on a three from Brad Curran to bring Central within 63-62 at the 2:24 mark. River Falls upped their edge to 66-62 on the next possession when Postal connected on another three with 2:10 left on the clock. But Central got another three from Curran to go along with a fast break, layup, and free throw from Owen Shipper over the final 31 seconds to rally back for the victory. For the game, UW River Falls connected on 38.8% of their shots and were led by Jeremy Wang-Goho with 17 points on 7 of 15 shooting. Jack Leifker, meanwhile, had 13 points and 6 of 12 shooting for the Falcons in that loss yesterday. So two teams coming into this first game of the day with a loss under their belt so far here in their first action of 2025-2026, and we'll see which one comes out with the split here on the weekend here at the NBC Tip-Off Classic. So with that being the case, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back in about 2 or 3 minutes for the introduction of the two teams by our public address announcer, Nick Plant. Also, the playing of the national anthem, and eventually the opening tip sponsored by Barker's Island Inn between the Yellow Jackets and the Falcons here on day number 2 of the NBC Tip-Off Classic for 2025. That's coming up in just a couple minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Men's Basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. And we're moments away from getting this third game of the 2025 edition of the NBC Tip-Off Classic underway here. Yellow Jackets and UW River Falls, both teams coming off losses last time out yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, and they're both trying to get a split here for the weekend before we call it quits for the 2025 edition of the tournament. Yellow Jackets and their home whites will be going from right to left on your viewing screens back home, while the Falcons going from left to right. Today's opening tip, by the way, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway, and we are officially underway here between the Yellow Jackets and River Falls. Thank you for joining us, Matt Johnson, alongside our entire crew here from Yellow Jacket TV. As a quick pass comes into the interior on the right side, now the Falcons will kick it out left side. This is Kyle Steinke now trying to kick it to the outside. That one will be picked off by UWS's Landon Tomer, the 6'7" sophomore from Mosinee, Wisconsin, creating the turnover, and UWS into the front court for the first time here on the afternoon. Evan Bennett on the left side trying to go down low with the pass through everybody, although it gets tipped out of play off of the Falcons, and it will be an inbounds for the Yellow Jackets. On the right side baseline, 17 seconds to shoot here. Series notes between these two. UW River Falls leads the series with UWS 46-12 since January 26th of 1991. The two teams last met on December 31st of 2024 at Don Page Arena down in River Falls. In that contest, the Falcons took a 30-19 edge at the break on the way to posting a 59-51 victory. With that win, River Falls has now taken 13 of the last 14 matchups with the Yellow Jackets. UWS's lone win in that streak came back on November 11th of 2023 when the Yellow Jackets edged the Falcons 75-70 here at the 2023 edition of the Tip-Off Classic here at the Mertz. Yellow Jackets with an inbounds now left baseline. 1 second to shoot. Caden Lecce will trigger it in. Quick release for Landon Tomer. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound now for the Falcons, and they're off into the front court in the form of Gavin Ralph. Ralph for Jeremy Wangoho now going out on top. Here's the shot by Ralph. It's a three-pointer. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound for Tomer for the Yellow Jackets. And now Lecce into the front court here for UWS, the transfer from UW Eau Claire. Bennett now on the right side. Bounce pass down low. Here's Rocco Paulson at the right side block. Going up and under with the shot. Leaves it off the glass. No good. The rebound will be cleared by Steinke. And now back to the direction. Here come the Falcons. Pass coming down low. They'll kick it out. Left side. Three-point shot is up. That one's off the back rim. No good. Offensive rebound grabbed by Micah Thompson. Went over the top of Tomer to get that one. Now on the left side, it's Gavin Ralph going on the baseline. Kicking it near side. Steinke stepping outside. Now they go right side again. 9 seconds to shoot as the pass is picked up by Ralph. Now in the corner, here's a three-point shot. That one is up. Taken by Steinke, off the rim, no good. Rebound cleared now by Evan Bennett for the Yellow Jackets. And Bennett advancing into the front court on the left-hand dribble, being picked up by Wangoho. They'll hand it off now. Here's Nordon. Nick Nordon, the freshman. Three-point shot, off the back rim, no good. Far side rebound for Tomer. Now Lecce. Lecce for three. That one off the front rim, no good. Rebound cleared underneath by Jack Leifker. And we'll have a foul called on the Yellow Jackets on the rebounding action. It'll be our first foul on UWS. Called on Rocco Paulson. The junior from Duluth, Minnesota, gets whistled for that one. And it'll be an inbound here for the Falcons. It'll be Micah Thompson that'll inbound it for Wangoho. Led the Falcons in scoring yesterday in that loss against Central. Picks up his pass now. Front court. Here's Gavin Ralph into the front court going left side with the pass. Micah Thompson. And now he'll step outside with 15 to shoot. No score as of yet. We played 2.5 minutes of this opening half. The consolation game of the 2025 NBC Tip-Off Classic, as going up and under now and stepping through to lay it up off the glass with the right hand and getting it to go down for two is going to be Kyle Steinke. Freshman from Mankato, Minnesota, gives the Falcons a 2-0 lead as UWS in the front court. Here's Lecce going to the rim. Misses the shot. Offensive rebound for Paulson. Then he had it stripped away. The outlet pass nearly picked off by the Jackets, but now picked up by Thompson for the Falcons, and he's into the front court. Now down low, here's Leifberg trying to go up with the shot. Had a block from behind by Nordon. Then he hits the deck. Picks up the loose ball, and we're going to have a whistle. And I think they're going to call a foul here. They're going to call it on Kyle Steinke. We'll have an inbounds for UWS far side. 16:51 to play here, first half. And going to the bench, it's going to be Ian Johnson checking in here for UW River Falls. He will take out Kyle Steinke. Tomer inbounds for Lecce, and Lecce into the front court now for the Yellow Jackets. Hand it out for Evan Bennett, who led UWS in scoring yesterday against Marion. Bennett now spinning around, going down low on the right side. He'll kick it back out now for Lecce. Peyton Lecce spinning around now, getting cut off. Kicks a pass out on top. That one nearly picked off by Leifker. Paulson recovers, however, gives it for Nordaan. Nordaan going down the line, or going on the lane, off the back line, no good. Rebound grabbed by Paulson. Lecce now back out on top, 15 to shoot. Bennett, right side, Tomer. Lecce now. Going right at Leifker, goes up with a shot. That one's off the glass, no good. And the rebound, on the rebound, I should say. There's going to be a foul on the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be Paulson, I think. So he's got 2 quick ones here in the first 3:57. He'll have to check out as Andrew Beers, 6'7" junior from Slinger, Wisconsin, will check in. He'll take out the Duluth native Rocco Paulson. Meanwhile, Reggie Postal will check in for UW River Falls. First time we've seen him. Also in for the first time is Reed Tenblad. River Falls in the front court. Here is Reed Tenblad, top of the key. Picking up his dribble. Now he'll give it up. Wangoho, right side. 10 seconds to shoot as he works his way down toward the baseline. Now they kick it off in the corner. 3-point shot is up from the far corner. It's no good. That one was taken by Postal. Rebound for the Yellow Jackets, and now it's Lecce into the front court. Lecce left side. Bennett, he'll tee up a 3-point shot. That one's off the front rim, no good. UWS has a lid on the basket at the moment. Back the other way into the front court. Now it's Micah Thompson for the Falcons. Wangoho, left side, Postal. Tenglad now, double teamed on the block. And the pass down low from Wangoho, nearly picked. Instead, it's Micah Thompson backing down low. Now he loses the handle on it as Nick Nordaan, the freshman, able to come in and strip him of the ball. Block shot so far for Nordaan. No, a steal for the freshman from Wayzata, Minnesota. And remains 2-0 here. So more than 5 minutes into this first half. So slow start both ways in this one. Lecce now. Tomer. And Wangoho is going to get called for the foul there as he put his hand on the back of Tomer. Second team foul on the Falcons here is checking in for the first time. Brody Variano now, meanwhile, will come in. He will replace Micah Thompson. Also in Drew Tenglad here. Twin brother of Reed. In the meantime, now here's a pass down low for Beers, trying to go up and under on the reverse layup, and it'll be knocked out of play by Beers. Falcons will inbound it now. Like I said, slow start both ways offensively here. Just 2 points up on the board, that courtesy of Kyle Steinke a couple minutes ago. And a 2-point lead here for the Falcons as they come into the front court. Here's Variano. Variano now giving it out on top. This is Reed Tenglad. They'll hand it off now, Postal right side. Now Variano going down low. Tenglad now kicking it out left side. Stepping inside with a running one-hander off the back rim, no good, was Johnson. The rebound grabbed by Tomer. Continuing a 2-point game here is Nordaan into the front court. Lecce, now Tomer, putting it on the deck, and we'll have a reach-in foul called here on Drew Tenglad. Meanwhile, the Jackets going to go into the bench. Evan Bennett will check out. It's going to be Eddie Mittermeier that'll check in for the first time. He started yesterday in the game against Marion. He comes off the bench today, Eddie Jr. from Chippewa Falls. As the pass comes in now for Lecce out on top. Lecce. Tomer, he'll line up the 3-point shot on the right side. Short-armed it, left it short off the front rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Reed Tenglad. And now the Falcons into the front court. Here's Variano. Going on the right side now. Reggie Postal. Now stepping through, here's Drew Tenglad going right to the rim. He'll lay it up and in and draw the foul on Nordaan. Got to step on the freshman, went right to the rack and laid it in off the glass for 2. Foul on Nordaan will be his first, third team foul on the Yellow Jackets. And he'll look to add to the lead here. It's 4-0 in favor of UW River Falls with 13:38 remaining in the first half. And Drew Tenglad softly drops in the free throw to complete the 3-point play. And it's a 5-point lead here for UW River Falls. Jackets into the front court now. Lecce out on top. Right side of the lane. Now he'll float up a shot. That's off the front rim. No good. And now we're going to have a jump ball. And it will be Yellow Jacket basketball. But the Jackets really struggling here at the start. 0 for 11 start to the game for the Jackets. While the Falcons are 2 for 8 so far. Lecce inbounding it now. Here's Beers on the baseline. Beers. Lecce. Beers. He'll tee up a three-point shot left wing. That one's out the back rim. 0 for 12 now for the Jackets. Rebound grab by Reed at Tengblad. And into the front court now are the Falcons. Pass comes right side. Putting on the deck now is Johnson. Out on top now Postal. Reggie Postal going down the left side. Now he'll go up with his shot, and that'll be swatted away on the help side defense by Andrew Beers. And out for an inbounds for UW River Falls as Kenny Garth comes in for the first time for the Yellow Jackets. Senior transfer from Union Commonwealth, native of Kenosha, Wisconsin, comes in here. Falcons will have 13 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Inbounds pass comes in now for Postal. He dumps it down low. Unable to handle it, however, was Reed Tengblad, and the Jackets will take the turnover with Garth. Pass ahead now. They work it in the corner for Mittermeier. Garth for the Yellow Jackets. Beers now for Mittermeier. Eddie Mittermeier going on the right side. Hanging in the air. Jackets with good ball movement. A three-point shot up now from Garth. That's also at the back rim. 0 for 13 for the Yellow Jackets. Into the front court now. Pass coming into the Yellow Jackets end of the court. Knocked away by Garth. Then tied up near the free throw line. It'll be Lecce and also Drew Tengblad that got all tied up. And on the jump ball will now stay with the Falcons. And now the original starting five for UW River Falls of Wangoho, Ralph, Thompson, Steinke, and Leifker are all back in there. And the Falcons will inbound now right side. Say it's been a slow start would be an understatement here. Wangoho will inbound it now. Right corner for Micah Thompson. Now Wangoho, he'll step back. He fires from three. That's off the back rim. Mittermeier uncontested on the rebound for UWS, and the Jackets into the front court. UWS also bringing in Gage Brady for the first time, seeing if somebody can actually find the bottom of the net here. Mittermeier out on top. Now Garth. 13 to shoot. Garth now. Tomer putting it on the deck. Picks up his dribble. Now Garth trying to step inside. 5 seconds to shoot. Garth now spinning. 2 seconds. 1 second. Goes up. Lays it up. That's no good. 0 for 15 now for UWS. Long lead pass now. Wangoho gets inside. Flips up a shot. That's no good. Rebound cleared by Beers. And now Brady into the front court. Here's Beers out on top. Left side now. Garth. Beers. Mittermeier. Tomer. He'll fire from three. That's out the back rim. 0 for 16. Out on top. Mittermeier. That's off. 0 for 17. And the rebound going to be grabbed here by Leifker. I think I've seen a UWS team this cold to start a game. Not my broadcasting career anyway. Now on the left side is Micah Thompson. He'll fire from three-point range, and that's good. And a timeout going to be called here. Jackets have gone 9 minutes and 8 seconds without scoring in this game. And they're down 8-0, which the way this is going, feels like it could be a steep climb back here for UWS. In the meantime, if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune into Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and myself throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uws.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. Well, 17 straight misses to start the game for the Jackets. That pretty much sums it up here so far. Lecce 0 for 4. Bennett and Nordon both 0 for 2. Tomer 0 for 3. Paulson 0 for 1. Garth 0 for 2. Mittermeier 0 for 1, and Beers 0 for 2. Add it all up, and the Jackets are a goose egg for 17 here so far. River Falls not a whole lot better, I'll be honest. They're 3 for 12. 1 for 6 from three-point range, and also a free throw in there. And they've spread it around just a little bit here. 3 points each for Gavin Ralph, Drew Tenglad. And a 2-point game so far here for Kyle Steinke as we come out of the timeout. Jackets have had plenty of slow starts in my broadcasting career, but this ranks as probably the worst of them all. 17 straight misses to start the game. You have to think that they're going to make a shot at some point here. As Beers triggers it in now for Lecce. Now the timeout, 8-0 in favor of UW River Falls as Lecce into the front court. Pass comes right side now, Mittermeier on the wing. Lecce out on top. Rocco Paulson, now Garth. Caden Lecce looking down low. Now for Beers, 7 seconds to shoot. Now Lecce getting inside, goes up with the shot. And that one finally will roll through, and that ends the streak. Jackets now make their first field goal with 10:20 remaining in the half. First points, in fact, and it's 8-2. Jackets now 1 for 18 from the floor. Wangoho in the front court. Free throw line jump shot is up and good. Start and stop by Wangoho. Drops in his first bucket, and it's 10-2. Falcons up by 8. Lecce into the front court, now goes right side. Andrew Beers, extended wing. Now he'll hand back off for Lecce. Caden Lecce. Now Beers, he'll spot up. His shot short. Rebound tracked down the far side by Gavin Ralph, and now Ralph into the front court. Putting on the deck now. Going to the rim, flipping up the shot. His life card, that's off the back rim. No good. Rebound for Mittermeier. 9:30 remaining, half number 1. Lecce for the Yellow Jackets. Mittermeier right wing now. He'll hand it off for Kenny Garth. Garth for the Yellow Jackets putting it on the deck now. He has it stripped away, trying to pick it back up. Instead it's a turnover, and Wangoho now into the front court. 2-on-1. Wangoho will take it himself, goes all the way up, misses the shot off the glass, no good, but he'll draw the foul on Andrew Beers. And it will be 2 free throws for the senior from Bloomington, Minnesota. Wangoho, who had 17 yesterday in the loss to Central of Iowa. Steps to the line with 9:08 left on the clock. His team up by 8. And make it 9 as he rolls through the first free throw. Thompson will come back into the game here for the Falcons. Yellow Jackets bringing in Hayden Quimby for the first time. Evan Bennett back in the contest as well, as is Rocco Paulson, who's playing on 2 fouls. Also Nick Nordon in for the first time, or back in, I should say, for UWS. Well, Daniel Cleary will come in here for River Falls. One more here now for Wangoho. He has 3 points. And his second free throw is also good. 10-point lead now, 12-2. This is the largest of the half here so far. Jackets 1 for 19 from the field. Here's Evan Bennett putting it on the deck now, kicking it outside. Quimby, he'll tee up a 3-point shot. That one's off the mark. Jackets now 1 for 20. And the rebound knocked out of play here by Rocco Paulson, and it'll go back over to the Falcons. The two teams, by the way, had combined 5 for 33 to start. Cold shooting on a cold day here on this Sunday in Superior. Inbounds now coming for Wangoho as he comes in the front court. Jackets picking up half court, trying to create some offense with their defense, and now we're going to have a foul called here on Micah Thompson. As on a loose ball, he went piling into Evan Bennett. That'll be his first 14th foul on UW River Falls in this opening 20 minutes. By the way, stick around for halftime. We'll have our halftime summary. Look at the first half stats. They're not going to be pretty. We'll also catch you up on everything going on with Yellow Jacket Athletics on what has been a very busy weekend here on campus and off for Yellow Jacket sports teams. All that coming up in 8 minutes and 29 seconds. In the meantime, here's Evan Bennett for the Jackets, spinning down low and getting up and flipping up a bucket. With the right hand, he's got his first 2, and it's 12-4. Now UWS picking up 3/4 court as the pass comes in right side for Ralph. Now Wangoho across the timeline. Out on top. Cleary sets the screen. Now they go right side with the pass for Thompson. Steinke now. Back out on top. Here's Ralph. Gavin Ralph now with 5 seconds to shoot. Has it knocked away by Nordon. Picked up. I don't know if Thompson knows what the shot clock situation is. He clearly didn't as he picked it up and tried to flip it to the corner. Didn't have time to do that. And as a result, it will be a shot clock violation here against the Falcons. Drew Tengblad's going to come back in. Meanwhile, Reggie Polsel also going to come back in. Funny thing is here, the Jackets are 2 for 21. They're still only down by 8 points. That's because the Falcons are 4 for 14 in this game. Jackets hanging in there on the boards. Falcons known for their big physical rebounding, but the Jackets only down by 1, 13-12. There's been plenty of opportunities, considering all the missed shots by the two sides. As now Lecce off the inbounds from Bennett comes into the front court. Left side, Evan Bennett now. Nordon right side. Nick Nordon going on the baseline, trying to get a shot away, had it stripped away on a nice defensive play by Drew Tengblad. Off the turnover now, it's Juan Goho. Going right side of the lane, flips up a shot off the glass, no good. Rebound being fought for underneath. Paulson will grab it. Now UWS trying to come into the front court with Nordon. Lecce for UWS. Hayden Quimby on the right side. Quimby for the Yellow Jackets. Lecce going left side. Here's Rocco Paulson trying to go down low. Paulson trying to step through. Goes up with the left-handed shot and will lay it in for two. Strong play that time by Rocco Paulson, and the Jackets have trimmed the lead in half at 12-6 with 6:52 remaining first half. Now Ralph, left side, open. He'll fire from three-point range. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound for Lecce, and the Yellow Jackets into the front court. Lecce now left side. Here's Evan Bennett going on the baseline. Paulson back for Bennett. Now Nordon, he'll fire from three-point range. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Daniel Cleary for the Falcons, and now they're into the front court. Open three-point shot right side. That's off the front rim, no good. Both teams really struggling shooting the ball as that one was missed by Drew Tengblad. And now Lecce will come across the timeline and slow it down a bit for UWS. Right side now is Evan Bennett. Nordon back for Lecce. Nordon now against Wangoho. Handing it off Lecce, who's had the ball in his hand a lot so far here in this first half. 5 seconds to shoot. Bennett now trying to step through, and we're going to have a foul called as Bennett got knocked to the deck. And they're going to get Leifker on the call. Actually, they're going to call it on Cleary. And that'll be his first. 15 foul on the Falcons, and 2 free throws now for Evan Bennett, the Superior native. One of the lone returners for head coach Greg Polkowski this season. It's a very, very new Yellow Jacket team. A lot of new players in there as Bennett knocks down the first free throw. Landon Tomer's going to come back in now for Nordon. One more for Evan Bennett. Bennett so far, 3 points to lead the Yellow Jackets in scoring thus far. And he knocks down his second one as well. It's now 12-8. Jackets again going to pick up full court here as the inbounds comes for Wangoho. Wangoho into the front court, going left side now, trying to step through. Might have gotten away with a travel. Now kicks it out on top. Here's Gavin Ralph. Wangoho now matched up with Rocco Paulson on the baseline. This pass now for Leifker. Steps around the Yellow Jacket defense, goes up and lays it in. Jack Leifker with the bucket. 14-8, the Falcons by 6. Here's Bennett now out on top. Lecce, Bennett. Quimby going right side now. Lecce going up and under with the reverse layup with the left hand and gets him to go down for 2. Strong move there by the senior transfer from Eau Claire. And it's 14-10 now. Under 5 minutes remaining, half number 1. Left side now, Wangoho going up to the bucket, flips up a shot. That's no good. Rebound grab by Lecce. Lecce will bring the Yellow Jackets in the front court. Here's Quimby now. Lecce will fire from three-point range. That's off the back rim. Jackets 0 for 12 from out there so far in this half. Rebound grab now by the Falcons, and here's Gavin Ralph into the front court. Pass going left side now. Here's Leifker. Leifker outside, long three-point shots up from Postal. That's off the back rim. That's no good. Rebound cleared by UWS. Like I said, both teams struggling. Jackets now 4 for 25. The Falcons 5 for 19. Lecce into the front court. Goes left side. Bennett. Now he'll tee up a three-point shot. That's off the rim. No good. And the rebound off the hands of Tomer. And the Jackets are going to bring in Mittermeier. And also checking in for the first time, Slayton Stroshine. Stroshine, the 6'8 junior from Elborn, Minnesota, checks in for the first time this season. Meanwhile, Gage Brady will come back in. 4:02 left, 4-point game. Two teams have combined 1 for 22 from beyond the arc here so far. And a combined 9 for 46 overall shooting between the two teams. Frigid here in Superior. Pass coming down low now. Here's Leifker spinning around and going up against Stroshine, and he'll draw the foul. And Jack Leifker will go to the free throw line to shoot two. Leifker, leading returning scorer for the Falcons from last year, averaged 12.4, 69.3% from the line last year. And he shoots two here with 3:47 left. His first free throw rattles around, but goes down. He's got 3 points now. 15-10 your score. One more coming here for the 6'8 senior from Blaine, Minnesota, and his second one is up and good. 16-10 now. The lead at half a dozen here for the Falcons as Brady brings UWS in the front court. Stroshine, top of the key. Here's Bennett, back for Stroshine. Kicking it out in the corner. Mittermeier will fire up a three. That's off the rim, no good. Another three-point miss. Rebound for Brady. In amongst the trees, he'll kick it back outside. Now Stroshine. Bennett going on the baseline, kicks it to the corner. Mittermeier now stepping through. Brady, 5 seconds to shoot. Gage Brady going to the rim. Goes up, lays it in, but they're going to call a foul on the floor against Reggie Postal. That is a 16 foul here on the Falcons. Jackets one foul away from the bonus here. Pass comes in now. Here's Bennett. Stroshine back for Bennett. 10 seconds to shoot. Bennett coming inside. Lost the handle on the ball, and it'll go out of play. Off UWS. 3:02 separating us from halftime. Again, at halftime, we'll have our first half summary. Look at the first half stats. Not a lot to talk about in that regard. We'll also catch you up on all the goings on with the Yellow Jacket sports. All that coming up 3 minutes or so from now. In the meantime, now the Falcons in the front court off the turnover. Veriano into the front court on the left side with the pass. Now it's Leifker on the baseline. Jack Leifker against Stroshine, trying to back him down now. Left side spins on the right hand, goes up off the window and drops it down for two. That's a nice controlled move by Leifker. He's got 6. It's 18-10 here with 2.5 remaining in the opening 20 minutes. Stroshine, Mittermeier. Now Bennett on the left wing. Stroshine, he'll fire from three. And he'll bank that one in. Not exactly the way you draw it up, but the Jackets will take it. They're now 1 for 15 from three-point range and trail it by 5 at 18-13. And it's Veriano now into the front court. And now a turnover as Veriano's pass on the left side looking for Leifker. Went right underneath him and out of play. And now that'll bring Micah Young into the game for the first time. Young, the 6'3 junior from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He'll come in. He will take out Evan Bennett. Wangoho back into the game here for the Falcons as we're about to go under 2 minutes remaining. Opening half. Brady. Tomer out on top. Now Mittermeier on the wing. Stroshine. Mittermeier. Stroshine. Landon Tomer. Loses his footing, and now he'll turn it over. Wangoho picking up the loose ball coming in on Young. Had it knocked away. Now he'll pick it back up. Leifker putting it on the deck now. Kicks it in the corner. Three-point shot is up, and it's good. Kyle Steinke on the triple. 21-13. 90 seconds remaining, first half. Say both teams need an adjustment at the break would be somewhat of an understatement. Brady now, double team, top of the key. Out on top, Young. He'll swing it left side. Now Tomer. Stroshine. Going up and under. Flips up a shot with the right hand and gets it to go down for two. Went right at Leifker and laid it in. Stroshine has 5 points. Lead the Jackets thus far. And it's 21-15 as we go under a minute remaining, first half. Wangoho left side now. Picked up by Brady. Going down on the baseline. Now Leifker open from the free throw line. His shot, front rim and out. Rebound though. Grabbed by Micah Thompson. Back out on top. Three-point shot from Postal is no good. Rebound cleared by Tomer. And now UWS in the front court with Gage Brady. Brady going right to the rim. Flips up a shot off the glass. That one's no good. Rebound cleared by Leifker. Postal. Thompson, running the floor. Right side, goes up and lays it in. Got position inside against the smaller Young and just went up and laid it in with the right hand. It's an 8-point lead here for the Falcons. As we go under 20 seconds remaining, first half, shot clock is off. Brady out on top. Brady picking up his dribble into the corner. Three-point shots up from Young, and that one is an air ball. Overshot everything. Rebound grab by Thompson. 5 seconds, 4 seconds as Wangoho comes right side, and we'll have a foul call now on Brady, I think. As Jeremy Wangoho went right to the cup on the right side. Actually, they're going to get Mittermeier on the call. And Wangoho will shoot two here. He's got 4 points thus far. Free throw spins out, no good. 2 for 3 now from the stripe. Cleary going to come back in here, as is Ralph for River Falls. Beers back in, as is Lecce for the Yellow Jackets. Nordon also in, as is Kenny Garth. 3.2 seconds separating us from halftime. And the free throw from Wangoho is good. So he's 1 for 2 from the stripe on that trip. 5 points, 24-15 your score. Lecce trying to inbound against full court pressure. Going to run out of time unless he gets it in, and he does trigger it in, but it'll go out of play, and it'll be, I think, a turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Officials conferring. And we're going to see who they're going to give it to. They are going to say that the Falcons got a hand on it, so it will stay with the Yellow Jackets here. Nordon will inbound. At 2.2, they're going to take a second off. So Nordon will inbound it. Flips it over the top. Now here's Garth on the run. Garth right to the rim, goes up, and will lay it in for two, and will draw a foul. I think they're going to get it on Thompson. Clock stops, 0.1 seconds remaining in the half. That's basically a fly pattern in football that the Yellow Jackets just ran there. That was Nordon just left it over the top for Garth, came running in, flipped it up, muscled it into the basket, and drew the foul on Thompson. Actually, they're going to call it on Postal. And the free throw from Garth, no good, spins out. Rebound cleared by Ralph. And that is how the first half ends. Not a pretty sight offensively either way, but we will head to the intermission with your score at the break. UW River Falls 24, UW Superior 17. And with that, we'll take a break with the teams. 7-point lead for the Falcons. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming sponsored by Hobble Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS men's basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at the Merton Superior. Game 3 of the NBC Tip-Off Classic for 2025. And if anything, the best thing I can say about that opening 20 minutes, both teams got a lot of work on their rebounding. A lot of missed shots in that first half. We'll talk about that in just a second. In the meantime, this halftime is sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, providing concrete masonry design of the twin ports in the surrounding area. Hovland Incorporated, 218-722-1662. Jumping to our first half summary, look at the first half stats. Best way I can sum up that first half was a lot of misses and a lot of chances, like I said, to work on rebounding. The Yellow Jackets going 0 for 18, missing their first 18 shots before they finally were able to get on the board. First bucket of the game for the Yellow Jackets came 9 minutes and 20 seconds into this opening half. They went 7 out of 32 in the opening 20 minutes, 21.9%. Like I said, they made 7 of the last 14 tries, so they heated up a little bit by the end of the half. But, boy, it was a rough go for the Yellow Jackets in terms of from the field. The Falcons weren't a whole lot better, though. UWS 7 out of 32. UW River Falls 8 out of 25. They shot 32% in that half. The Jackets were 1 for 16 from beyond the arc, and that 1-3 came from Slayton Stroshine out on top. He actually banked it in. That's been the kind of day it is for the Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, the Falcons 2 for 11 from beyond the arc. So you add up all the numbers, the Yellow Jackets and the Falcons are combined 15 for 58 in that first half, shooting the basketball. Both teams had 19 rebounds, however. Like I said, a lot of chances to work on rebounding. The Yellow Jackets getting 5 offensive boards, while the Falcons had 2. There wasn't even a lot of turnovers in that first half, all things being equal. The Falcons had 5. The Yellow Jackets had 4. 6 assists for UWS to go against 4 turnovers, so the floor game hasn't been bad, just too many missed shots. Meanwhile, the Falcons 1-to-1 in assist-to-turnover ratio. They have 5 assists to go along with those 5 turnovers. Offensive numbers, such as they are, leading scores for UWS so far in that half. He said not a lot. Stroshine, in fact, for the Yellow Jackets leading the way. He's played 4 minutes, has 5 points, and that leads UWS in scoring. He's 2 for 2 from the field, too, so take a picture of that. He's 1 for 1 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Caden Lecce and Evan Bennett each have 4 points for the Yellow Jackets. Rocco Paulson with 2 points, and Kenny Garth with 2 points as well for UWS, and that's it for the Yellow Jackets in the first half. Leading all scorers so far, no surprise, Jack Leifker. He's got 6 points on 2 for 5 shooting so far. 5 points each for Kyle Steinke and Jeremy Wangoho. 3 points so far for Gavin Ralph on a 3-point make. 3 points so far for Drew Tenglad on a 3-point make, and also 2 points up on the board now for Micah Thompson, and that's all the scoring for the Falcons in the first half. Not a lot of fouls either in that first half. Falcons, 1 player with 2 fouls, that being Reggie Postal. Everybody else has just 1 or less. And for the Yellow Jackets, Rocco Paulson has 2 fouls. Nobody else for the Yellow Jackets has more than 1 either. Halfway home in this one. So we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams make. I think the emphasis is going to be on just trying to find a way to put the ball at the bottom of the net. That would be the best way, probably. And probably what both teams are talking about here at the half is trying to find ways to make easier shots and to take some perhaps easier shots and get some more points up on the board halfway home in this one. So that's your story halfway home in this Game 3 of the 2025 NBC Tip-Off Classic. And with that being the case, we'll take another quick audio break before we come back and look at what else is going on for Yellow Jacket Athletics. So stick around for that. It's coming up right after this. This is UWS Men's Basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMatch Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz as halftime carries on here. Yellow Jackets down by 7 as we head toward the second half. In the meantime, we'll give you some info on what else is going on with Yellow Jacket athletics. And we'll start with men's soccer, sitting at 16-6 now overall, claimed their 9th straight UMAC tournament title yesterday afternoon. So congratulations to head coach Joe Moody and company as the Yellow Jackets scored the game-winning goal just 1 minute and 16 seconds into overtime to down Bethany Lutheran 2-1 and advance to their 8th straight NCAA tournament in the process. UWS getting goals from Seth Davidson at 74-37 before Jake Kidd scored the game winner at 91-15 to send the Yellow Jackets on to victory for the game. The Jackets held a 14-9 edge in total shots, including a 5-3 advantage in shots on target. Patrick Sections got the winning goal for the Yellow Jackets with 2 saves. Jackets now off to the NCAA tournament for the 8th straight season in men's soccer, and they will find out their destination on Monday as part of the NCAA Division III men's soccer tournament selection show is on that day. So tomorrow, Yellow Jackets will find out where they will be going and who they will be playing. For more information on that, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. Same story for women's soccer. Finished out the season 11-7-4 overall. They claimed their 5th straight UMAC tournament title yesterday afternoon with a road win, a 1-0 victory over Northwestern at Reynolds Field down in St. Paul. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got the game-winning tally from Cameron Hill at 53-24 off an assist from Bryn Crystal. That's sending UWS to their 5th straight NCAA tournament for the game. The Yellow Jackets held a 16-5 advantage in total shots, including a 5-2 edge in shots on target. Quinn Clark posted her 22nd career shutout in goal for UWS with 2 saves, and they will also find out their NCAA tournament destination and opponent tomorrow. As the women's soccer bracket will be announced, go to uwsyellowjackets.com for more info on that. Meanwhile, volleyball closed out their regular season yesterday. They finished out 20-11 overall, including 9-3 in UMAC, which netted them the number 2 seed in the forthcoming UMAC tournament coming up this week. They closed out their regular season with a split yesterday, first defeating Crown College 3-0 before falling to Mayak regular season champions St. Olaf 3-0. Both those matches were played right here at the Mertz. Against the Polars, UWS won by set scores of 25-12, 25-14, and 25-17 while hitting .310 for the match. McKenna Holbein led the Yellow Jackets with 11 kills, while Colleen Claude and Gabby Schwartz combined to dish out 26 assists. Claude also led the way defensively with 9 digs for UWS. And against St. Olaf, Jackets fell by set scores of 24-26, 21-25, and 22-25. For the match, the Jackets hitting .145 against the Olies and were led by Sydney Bader with 13 kills, while Holbein had 11. Cloud and Schwartz, meanwhile, dished out 29 assists, while Savannah Herring had 16 digs defensively against the Olies. Their next in action coming up this Wednesday, November 12th, hosting Bethany Lutheran in the UMAC tournament semifinals. That'll be a 7 p.m. opening serve here, 6:45 the pregame, and that'll be a joint broadcast with yours truly on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. Women's basketball now 1-1 overall, claimed their first victory under new head coach Evelyn Parsons yesterday, downing Carleton 52-49 at the West Gym in Northfield, Minnesota. So congratulations to the Yellow Jackets and Coach Parsons on that first win. In that contest, UWS trailed 15-12 after one, but went on to outscore the Knights 30-20 over the next 2 quarters before holding off a Carleton rally in the 4th quarter to get the win for the game. UWS shot 33.3% and were led by Charlotte Furstel with 17 points and 7 of 12 shooting. Their next in action going across the bridge on Wednesday, November 12th, to take on St. Scholastica at Rife Gym over in Duluth, 7 p.m. the opening tip there. And last but not least, men's hockey, a 2-0-1 overall, played St. Olaf College to a 3-3 overtime draw last night at the St. Olaf College ice rink in Northfield, Minnesota. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got goals from Daniel Rosenball, Matthew Danziger, and Chris Ishmael in regulation before getting a win in the shootout following the overtime session. For the game, St. Olaf held a 34-28 edge in shots on goal. Kobe Grant went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets, making 31 stops. And they will be next in action next Friday, the 14th, against St. Scholastica. That'll be their home debut, taking on their bridge border rivals, the Saints. 7 p.m. the opening face-off at Westman Arena, 6:30 the pregame with John Garver. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV as well. So that's your Yellow Jacket sports summary here as we tick down toward the beginning of the second half of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Falcons. And with that being the case, we'll take one more quick break before we come back and start the second 20 minutes between UWS and UW River Falls. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS men's basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. We're back here at the Mertz. Stick around, by the way, for Game 2 and our fourth and final game of the NBC Tip-Off Classic here for 2025 will be played between Marion and Central College of Iowa. That'll be coming up about a half hour after we go final in this consolation game between the Yellow Jackets and UW River Falls. Yours truly, I'll be on the call for those two teams playing, like I said, in the title game. And as we get ready to start this second 20 minutes here, it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here to begin the second 20 minutes. UWS trailing it 24-17. Jackets shooting just 7 out of 32 in that opening 20 minutes. And the Falcons were 8 out of 25. Nordon will inbound for UWS. Caden Lecce, Landon Tomer, Rocco Paulson, and Evan Bennett back out there for the Jackets, the original starting five. And the original starting five out there as well for UW River Falls and Wangoho, Ralph, Thompson, Steinke, and Leifker. As off the inbounds now, here's the Yellow Jackets on the right side. Caden Lecce down low on the right side. Now here's Rocco Paulson. Picking it outside, Bennett's open. He'll fire from three-point range and knock it down. Confident-looking three-point shot there from Evan Bennett. Much better start to the second half here for UWS. And the Jackets within 4 at 24-20 as Wangoho comes down the left side baseline. Now kicks it out for Steinke. Steinke now coming on the left side, Kicks out his pass out on top. Now here's Ralph. Now on the baseline. Leifker kicking it. Steinke with 6 seconds to shoot. Behind the back against Nordon. Goes up with a shot out the back rim. No good, but he'll draw the foul on the freshman Nick Nordon. And it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Steinke. Jackets, by the way, will be next at home in a couple of weeks. On the 29th, taking on Loris here at the Mertz. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip, 12:45 the pregame. I might be wrong about this, but I think that's a Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. I'll have to double check on that. In the meantime, Steinke misses the first free throw. Comes back and makes the second one. He's 1 for 2 from the stripe on that trip, and the Falcons are up 25-20 as the Jackets in the front court now with Lecce. Lecce now turning with the right hand. It goes up the shot off the back rim. No good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Wangoho. And now back into the front court. Here's Jeremy Wangoho for the Falcons. And now for Thompson. Now Steinke. Back out on top. They'll swing it right side. Gavin Ralph. Ralph now Leifker on the baseline against Rocco Paulson, who's playing on 2 fouls. Steinke out on top. Checked by Tomer. He'll go for 3, and he'll airmail it. Leaves it well short. And it'll go out of play. Meantime, Landon Tomer will inbound it here for UWS. In the front court now. Left side is Nordon, putting it on the deck. Nick Nordon going to the right side, going up off the glass and kissing up the window for 2. Nordon with his first bucket makes it 25-22. Wangoho now for the Falcons into the front court on the right-hand dribble. Back out against Bennett, now for Leifker. Now Wangoho again, going on the baseline against Paulson, gets cut off. Now Leifker trying to go inside, goes up with a half hook and gets it to go down for 2. Leifker now has 8 points. The lead all scores. It's 27-22. The lead at 5 now for the Falcons as UWS in the front court. Nordon now popping from 15 feet right side off the back rim. No good. Rebound cleared by Thompson. And Wangoho in the front court. Skip pass now left side. Here's Ralph. Wangoho putting it on the deck, going to the left side of the lane. Cuts up the shot with the left hand. Off the glass, no good. Rebound grab by Rocco Paulson for UWS. And now Lecce into the front court here for the Yellow Jackets. Caden Lecce picking up his dribble. Now Bennett going inside, going up the shot off the glass, no good, but they're going to call a foul here on Gavin Ralph. As Bennett got a step on the baseline, went to the rim, missed the layup, but drew the foul. And Evan Bennett to the line now for UW Superior. First foul on him. That being Ralph. First team foul on the Falcons here in the second half, and Bennett at the line to shoot 2. Made 2 free throws in the first half to Devin Bennett. And he'll make this one as well. Rolled it home. He's got 8 points now to match Jack Leifker for game-high scoring honors. One more coming. For the native right here in Superior. Second free throw up for Bennett is good. He's got 9 points. Jackets in within 3 again at 27-24. Wangoho now. In the front court with the pass for Micah Thompson. Now Wangoho top of the key. Right side for Leifker. Now Ralph. Lost the handle out momentarily. Now pass for Leifker on the left side. Flips a pass for Wangoho, top of the key. Now Leifker. 5 seconds to shoot. Leifker, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Now he'll have to shoot it from the baseline, leaves it short, and that will be a shot clock violation. Good defense by the Yellow Jackets on that sequence. UWS within 3. Jackets have a chance to cut it to 1 with a 2-pointer, and even with the 3 as they come to the front court. Bennett on the baseline now, spinning, and the ball knocked away from behind by Steinke. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Lead pass for Wangoho. He gets stripped. Good defensive play by UWS to prevent the fast break layup, and now back to the direction. Here's Lecce. Lecce for the Yellow Jackets trying to go inside. Had his shot blocked with emphasis by Micah Thompson. Ralph now back to their direction. Going down the lane, flips up a shot and gets it to go down for 2. Falcons lead back up to 5 now, 29-24. 5 points so far in the game for Gavin Ralph. Lecce now going right side. Here's Bennett. Caden Lecce now. Out on top for Paulson. Now Nordon right side. Nick Nordon. Now he turns it over. Long lead pass from Wangoho. Here's Steinke in transition. Going up and he'll lay it in. And a timeout going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets. We're within 3. Gave up a couple of turnovers, however. 31-24 now your score on a couple of transition buckets. And UWS and head coach Greg Polkowski going to talk it out here. Have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. Jackets up to 24.3% shooting. That's actually an improvement from that first half. Falcons also a bit better at 35.5 now. They're 11 for 31. So combined 20 for 68 between the two teams here so far. But that being said, this is still anybody's game. Bennett so far for the Jackets, 9 points. He's 2 for 5 shooting. And Leifker has 8 points, as does Steinke for the Falcons. Leifker 3 for 7 so far in the game. Steinke 3 for 6. As they're about to come out of the timeout. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here. As we come out of the timeout, Andrew Beers back in for UWS. Bounce pass now for Lecce coming into the front court. Lecce going left side, kicks it in the corner now for Beers. Kenny Garth back in for UWS as well. Now he goes down the lane, flips up a shot, rolls it off the rim, no good. Did everything but finish, and the rebound grab now by the Falcons, who are into the front court with Thompson. Wangoho, now Thompson back for him. Wangoho will tee up a 3, and he'll knock that one down right side, and the lead is 10. Matches the largest lead for the Falcons. Led 12-2. Now it's 34-24 with 15 minutes and change remaining in this one. Lecce now going left side. Here's Garth on the baseline with the pass for Rocco Paulson. Paulson. Garth now on the right side. He'll hand it off. Mittermeier back in there, and nearly a turnover. Picking up the loose ball was Garth. 8 seconds to shoot. Lecce now. The runner in the lane. That one's short. Rebound for Beers. He goes up with the reverse and gets it to go down just as the shot clock was about to expire. 34-26 your tally. Now on the right side now, Wangoho. Down low, double team comes on Lifeguard. They'll swing it now for Ralph. Ralph getting a step, goes into the baseline, flips up a shot off the window, no good, but he'll draw a foul on Lecce. And Gavin Ralph, the 6'3 senior from Wazeeka, Wisconsin, and the transfer from UW Platteville, will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. Lecce, by the way, that was his second or his first foul. As Ralph knocks down the second free throw, Stroshine's going to come back in now. The lead back up to 10 again as he goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Beers with the inbounds now for Lecce in the front court. Lecce now right side, kicking it outside. Stroshine going with a three-point shot. He'll knock it down. Slayton Stroshine has 8 points. 36-29 your score as Wangoho into the front court. Thompson, left side now Ralph. Now Thompson, right side against Beers. Goes up, lays it up off the glass, no good. Fouled up his own miss though and tips it home for 2. 4 points for Thompson, lead at 9 again. 38-29. Lecce for the Yellow Jackets. Garth on the right wing. Stroshine out on top. Now Garth in the corner. Mittermeier, quick release on the three-point shot, and that's good. Eddie Mittermeier with the triple. 38-32. He's got his first 3 points. Both teams shooting the ball better in the second half. Hard to imagine them shooting it worse than they did in the first. Here's Ralph now, giving it out on top. Thompson nearly lost it. He'll hand it off now for Postal, who's back in. Reggie Postal, Ralph getting a step, going all the way to the rim, uncontested, and lays it in for 2. Jackets a little slow on the help side defense. Ralph right to the bucket. He now has 9, and it's 40-32. Mittermeier. Beers now for the Jackets. Stroshine, quick release, another three-point shot, and that one is good. Stroshine has 3 threes in this game. He's the first player on either team in double figures with 11, and it's 40-35. Ralph on the right side now. Out on top, it's Postal. Ralph putting on the deck. Out on top now, Wangoho. Thompson, 8 seconds to shoot for the Falcons. Now going down low for Lifeker. Fastball on top. Here's Ralph. 2 seconds, 1 second. He'll force up a three-point shot. Rims out, no good. Rebound for Lecce. 12:08 remain to be played here. Second half. Lecce now. Inside out on the dribble. Out on top now Garth. Mittermeier out on top. Stroshine. Now Mittermeier. Lecce going left side, going right to the rim. Flips up a shot. Gets it to go down for 2, and will draw the foul on Wangoho. Patient move that time by the 5th-year senior, Caden Lecce. The foul on Wangoho. Are they going to call it on Thompson? They are going to call it on Thompson on the help side. Lecce now has 6. The lead is at 3, 40-37. And he will shoot one here for UWS. Free throw is up and good. He'll check out now as Gage Brady, the freshman, will come in for UWS. 40-38 with 11:47 left to play. Thompson inbounding now for Wangoho. Jeremy Wangoho now into the front court. Handing it off, and a timeout going to be called here by the Falcons. Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. UWS so far here in the second half, it's been like kind of a night and day situation. Jackets 7 for 12 here from the field in this half after going just 7 for 32 and missing their first 18 shots of the game. But since those first 18, the Yellow Jackets are 14 for 26. Now shooting at 31.8%. River Falls also shooting the ball better here in the second half. They're 6 for 11, shooting at 54.5%. For the game, they're at 38.9. So things getting a little more interesting here as we continue on here in this one. Again, game 2 coming up a half hour after we go final here in game number 1. See all these last 11 minutes and 39 seconds go here. How about the game so far for Slayton Stroshine for the Yellow Jackets? The junior played his high school basketball up the road at Southridge. 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. He has a game-high 11 points off the bench for the Jackets. He hasn't even played that much. Less than 10 minutes so far for him, so. Good game for him. He didn't see the court at all yesterday in that game against Marion. As out of the timeout now, the Falcons with 25 seconds to work with will inbound it for Wangoho. Pass comes down low now for Leifker, and there's the first foul of the game against Stroshine. That'll be his second, third team foul on the Yellow Jackets. Wangoho now with 20 seconds on the shot clock will inbound right side baseline. Lobs it in for Leifker. Leifker now going around Stroshine. Goes right to the basket. Had a shot blocked, but a foul going to be called on Stroshine. That'll be his third. So quick move by Leifker. And Leifker will go to the line here to shoot a pair. His first free throw is up and good. Second free throw, no good. Rebound cleared by the Yellow Jackets. So 1 for 2. It's a 3-point lead here for the Falcons. Brady into the front court. Stroshine going right side for Mittermeier. Now Beers. Garth on the left wing. Kenny Garth for UWS. So back on top. Stroshine. Now Brady. Gage Brady. 8 seconds to shoot now as it comes in the hands of Kenny Garth. Garth going right down the lane. Flips up a shot. Left it short. Tried to go with the scoop, left it short, rebound for Ralph. Long lead out pass now for Wangoho. Giving a pass on low for Polsel. Now back for Leifker. He goes up, misses the layup. We'll draw a foul, and that might be Slayton Stroshine's fourth personal. We'll see. So 3 fouls on Stroshine and no time flat, and Rocco Paulson going to pop up off the bench here for the Jackets. He'll come back in. Leifker right back to the free throw line. His first one is up, spins around, but drops. 42-38 now your score. One more for Leifker. He now has 10 points in the game. That one spins out, no good. 42-38. Falcons going on the bench. Variano back into the game. There's Mittermeier in the front court. Right side now Paulson. Mittermeier picked up on the switch by Leifker. Out on top now Bennett back in for UWS. 10 seconds to shoot. Lecce. Beers. Ball fake now going left side. Now Mittermeier open, steps inside, goes down low for Paulson. Good feed there for Mittermeier, and spinning and scoring with the left hand is going to be Rocco Paulson. Paulson has 4. It's 42-40. 10-15 left to play here second half as Brody Variano comes into the front court. Out on top now, Postal. They'll swing it right side. Thompson going down low. Now here's Leifker. And losing the handle on, but they're going to call a foul on Rocco Paulson on the baseline. Evan Bennett had collected the loose ball and was off to the races back the other direction, but the foul is given. It's on Paulson. That'll be his third. 16 foul against the Yellow Jackets. And we'll have an inbound now right side. 20 extra seconds now on the shot clock. And Variano is going to put the ball in play, but not before we have a timeout called here by UWS. That'll leave the Yellow Jackets with 3, I believe. The Falcons meanwhile have 5 timeouts to use. Well, these last 10 minutes in 1 second. A couple of programming notes. As I mentioned, the Yellow Jacket men's basketball team will be next at home on November 29th against Loris. That'll be during the Thanksgiving Day holiday break. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip against the Dewhawks. 12:45 the pregame here on Yellow Jacket TV. Meanwhile, our next broadcast will come up. Our first broadcast of women's basketball, I should say, will come up on November 22nd when the women will be taking on MSOE. That'll be at 3 p.m. opening tip, 2:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM and also on Yellow Jacket TV. Our next sports broadcast of any kind will come up this Wednesday, again, women's volleyball in the UMAC tournament, taking on Bethany Lutheran. There'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV, 7 p.m. the opening serve there, 6:45 the pregame with yours truly. Meantime now, off of the inbounds, a miss by the Falcons. Baseline jumper, and then back the other direction. Evan Bennett knocks down the 3 right side wing. He now has 12, and the Jackets have their first lead, 43-42. As the Falcons in the front court with Variano. Ralph out on top. Now they swing it right side. Thompson handing it off. Here's Postal. Going down low for Thompson, trying to come inside. Goes up against Beers, misses the shot off the back rim. Rebound tipped into the hands of Bennett. And the Jackets now into the front court as we go approach the 9-minute mark, second half. Lecce going right side, hanging in the air, going up off the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by Variano. And Brody Variano now will lead the Falcons into the front court. Pass out on top for Thompson. Now they'll swing it left side. Reggie Postal down low, Leifker. Leifker losing the handle. Now it's on the deck. We're going to have, I think, a tie-up. And Jeff Burkhoff is discussing something with the officials. On the jump ball will stay with the Falcons. They'll have 13 seconds to shoot. 8:50 remaining. Second half. Mariano will inbound. In for Postal. Right side, looking down low. Gives it for Leifker. Fades away on the baseline. Leaves it short off the front rim. Rebound cleared by Paulson. And UWS into the front court. Lecce on the left side. Picking up his dribble. Mittermeier, quick release on the three-point shot. That's good. Eddie Mittermeier with the triple. He's got 6 on a couple of three-point makes, and the Jackets up now 46-42. Things are getting interesting here. Variano in the front court now for the Falcons. Down low. Here's Thompson on the baseline against Beers. Trying to spin. Kicks it outside. Ralph. Trying to step back. Swings it right side now, Postal. And we're going to have a foul called on Paulson, and that'll be his 4th. 17th foul on the Yellow Jackets. Looks like Landon Tomer's going to return. Meanwhile, the Falcons are going to bring back Reed Tengblad here, as well as Kyle Steinke. Wangahu also back in there. And at the line now is Postal for a 1-and-1. His first one is up and good. One more coming. First point of the game for Reggie Postal. Second free throw is also good. Jacket lead at 2. 46-44. We're about to go under 8 minutes remaining to be played here. Mittermeier on the right wing. Pass comes out on top for Beers. Now he gets stripped by Postal. Back to the direction, 2-on-2 come the Falcons. Now Postal trying to go down low for for Tengblad. Had his shot blocked by Tomer. And now Landon Tomer will pick up the loose ball. Caden Lecce now for UWS in the front court. Lecce in the corner for Mittermeier. Now Lecce. Tomer out on top. Bennett putting it on the deck. Bennett going left side, right at Thompson. Picks up his dribble. 5 seconds to shoot. Right side now Beers. He'll line up a three-point shot, and he'll knock one down. All of a sudden the Jackets dialing long range here as Andrew Beers knocks down a three. 49-44. UWS up by 5. Wangoho into the front court now for the Falcons. Thompson trying to go high and low. Looking for Reed Tengblad. Picked up by Tengblad in the corner after it was tipped away. Now Wangoho. He'll try a three. That one's off to the right. No good. Rebound grab by Bennett. He'll give it for Lecce, and Caden Lecce will lead UWS into the front court. Lecce now. Tomer out on top. Left side now. Evan Bennett. Bennett. Tomer. Bennett. Coming inside now. Going up and under and reversing it home with the left hand, and the Yellow Jackets up by 7. 51-44. 6:30 and counting remaining. Wangoho in the front court, and the timeout going to be called here by the Falcons. This has been a heck of a turn of events here. Jackets down 24-17 at the half. But so far here in half number 2, UWS 12 for 19 from the field. And like I said, since that 0 for 18 start, the Jackets now are 19 for 33 from the field. That's called a reversal of fortune, folks, and the Yellow Jackets so far here, like I said, in this second half, have outscored the Falcons 34-20. UWS for the game now shooting 37.3%, 19 out of 51. While the Falcons 14 out of 41. Jackets now 8 for 24 from beyond the arc. Jackets also with a 29-26 edge in rebounding, 6 offensive rebounds for the Jackets in this game. And they have 16 assists to go with 7 turnovers. Meanwhile, the Falcons with 8 assists to go with 7 turnovers. As we come out of the timeout, still plenty of time in this one, 6 minutes, 25 seconds, but the Yellow Jackets' ability to come back in this one has been very, very impressive. Not a lot of teams can come back from an 0 for 18 start and have a 7-point lead at this point in the game, but that's where the Yellow Jackets are here. And out of the timeout, Wangohu going down toward the right side. Loses his handle on the basketball. Will go out of play off the Jackets. 17 seconds to shoot. 6:19 on the second half clock. Falcons will inbound. Wangoho will do it himself here. Right baseline. Lobbing it in now. Leifker. Jack Leifker down low. Against Beers. Spinning now. Going up with the shot and having a block by Tomer on the help side. But I think they're going to get Tomer on the foul. For Tomer, that'll be his first. 8th team foul on the Yellow Jackets. The Falcons also have 2 fouls only in this second 20 minutes. As Jack Leifker to the line now to shoot a pair. 2 for 4 there here in this half. As he softly knocks down that one. Leifker now has 11. It's 51-45. One more coming for Leifker. His second free throw also good. 51-46. Lecce for the Yellow Jackets coming into the front court. Kicks it outside. Beers thought about shooting the three. That passes up on it, passes it left wing here for Bennett, who gets a step, goes all the way to the rim and lays it in. Evan Bennett now up to 16 points, and the Jackets back up by 7, 53-46. Wangoho into the front court now for the Falcons. Ralph. Pass comes out on top, now right side. Lob pass down low for Leifker, and he'll go up and lay it in. Nice lob pass on the wing, by the way, by Drew Tengblad. 53-48. Lecce for the Jackets. Coming left side now. Kicking it right wing now. Mittermeier. Bennett. Lecce out on top. Caden Lecce. Mittermeier. 10 seconds to shoot. Bennett now trying to step through, and they're going to call a foul here on Ralph, I think. Got stripped at Evan Bennett as he went to the right side. Heading toward the lane, but the foul going to be given. And I'm waiting for them to post it here on the board. And it will be on Ralph. It'll be his second. Third team foul. Jackets with 20 seconds to shoot as Bennett inbounds right baseline. Now Bennett off the return pass. WS going to work it left side. Mittermeier. Breers. He'll fire from three. That one's way off the mark. And the rebound comes now for Wangoho, who comes into the front court. Jeremy Wangoho looking down low. Here's Leifker on the baseline. Now here's a three-point shot up and good. That one taken by Drew Tengblad. 53-51. The lead down to 2 now for UWS. 4:35 and counting remaining. Second half. Lecce. Mittermeier. Beers. Now Bennett. Bennett now spinning, goes up and lays it in with the right hand for 2 more. Evan Bennett with 18. It's 55-51. Jackets back up by 2 possessions here. Wangoho into the front court. Playing left side. Picking up his dribble, kicking it out on top. Another three-point shot up by Tengblad. This one's long off the back rim. Rebound cleared by Mittermeier. And Lecce now into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. Bounce pass for Beers out on top. Left side now Mittermeier. Tomer. Evan Bennett. Bennett, who's been really playing well here in the second half, and he'll draw a foul here on Wangoho, I think. As Evan Bennett spun down toward the baseline on the right side. Nick Nordon's going to come back in. He'll take out Beers. Called on Drew Tengblad, in fact, and now a timeout going to be called here by UWS, but 3:48 remaining. That'll leave the Yellow Jackets, I think, with 3. We'll see. Sometimes I'm a little late, and sometimes they're a little late putting it up on the board. It's hard to keep track of all these numbers at times, but it'll give us a chance now to, again, recap the scoring leaders here in this one. The Jackets, Evan Bennett, who's had an outstanding game. 6 for 9 shooting for Bennett, 18 points. 2 for 4 from 3 and 4 for 4 from the stripe. That's called being very efficient. 18 points for Bennett. 11 for Slayton Stroshine off the bench. He's a perfect 4 for 4. And 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. 7 points so far for Caden Lecce for UWS. 6 points for Eddie Mittermeier. 5 for Andrew Beers. 4 for Rocco Paulson. And 2 for Nick Nordon so far. Meanwhile for River Falls, Jack Leifker, their lone player in double figures with 14. 4 for 9 from the field, 6 for 8 from the stripe overall in the game. 9 points for Gavin Ralph so far. 6 points for Drew Tengblad. 8 points for Kyle Steinke. 8 points also for Jeremy Wangoho. And 4 points so far for Micah Thompson in the contest as the Jackets break their huddle here. With 3:48 on the clock, Jackets have committed 8 fouls, while the Falcons have committed 4. So Falcons still in the 1-on-1s. The Jackets, or the Falcons, still have a couple of fouls to give. As Bennett figures it in now on the baseline, it's Lecce. Bennett off the curl. Right wing, bounce pass for Beers, who's back in. Now Lecce. Lecce with 10 seconds to shoot. Bennett putting it on the deck against Ralph. Trying to go up for the shot, has stripped away on a nice defensive play. Loose ball picked up by Reggie Postal, and now the Falcons back. Wangoho stepping through, flipping up a shot with the right hand, and it goes down for two, and it's a 2-point game. 55-53. Lecce for the Yellow Jackets. Going right side, picking up his dribble. Out on top, now that's picked off. Pass intercepted. Postal coming all the way in, misses the layup. And then the follow-up by Wangoho wasn't good, but the foul going to be called here, I think, on Mittermeier. So a couple of turnovers out of the timeout here. These little moments in the game that can make the difference between winning and losing, as Postal goes to the line to shoot two. It's 2 for 2 from the stripe in this game so far. First free throw is up and good. 55-54. One more free throw for Postal, trying to tie this one up with 3:03 on the clock. Second free throw also good. And we're even up now, 55 apiece as we go under 3 minutes remaining here in regulation time. Lecce into the front court. Tomer now, top of the key. Right side now, Beers. Now out on top, it's Mittermeier. Tomer, Mittermeier. Left side, Lecce. Caden Lecce now at 10 seconds to shoot. Inside out dribble. Bennett open. He'll fire from 3-point range. That one's off the back rim. No good. Rebound cleared by Postal. Outlet pass now for Ralph into the front court. Bounce pass now Wangoho into the corner. Open is Tengblad. He'll fire from 3 and knock it down. Drew Tengblad gives the Falcons a 58-55 lead with 2:20 left. Lecce now. Going at Leifker. Down low, and now here's Bennett. Facing it in the corner. Now Bennett. Bounce pass now for Beers. Picking it out on top. And a foul going to be called on the floor. It'll be called against Drew Tengblad. That'll be his third, 15th foul on the Falcons. Stroshine's going to come back in with the 4 fouls. Lecce will inbound right side. Inside. Off the lob for Stroshine. Now pass comes out on top for Lecce. Caden Lecce now for UWS. Going left side. Puts up a shot with the right hand. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound, grabbed by Leifker. Now the Falcons back the other direction. Here's Drew Tengblad. 1:40 and counting, remaining second half. Falcons leading at 58-55, and we're going to have a foul called on Stroshine, and that'll be it for the big man. The junior from Alborn, Minnesota, will foul out of this game with 1:38 left. It'll be the 10th team foul on the Jackets as well. Rocco Paulson's going to come back in with his 4 fouls. And 2 free throws now for Jack Leifker, who has 14 in the game. First free throw is up and good. 2-possession game now, 59-55. Well, we'll see what the Yellow Jackets have in the tank left here with these last 98 seconds. Leifker's second free throw also good. 5-point lead now for the Falcons. Jackets led as many as 7 in the second half, but the Falcons have taken over here these last couple minutes. As UWS now, Tomer going down low now, Paulson. And now he loses his footing, and we're going to have a foul call down low, I think. With 1:23 on the clock, a reminder we'll have our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery once we go final. There's Caden Lecce now inbounding it. Here's Paulson. Lecce stepping back. Going up and under, flipping up a shot off the glass, no good. And the foul going to be called this time on Leifker. Jack Leifker will be his first, 17th foul, and the Jackets in the bonus. This bonus, by the way, sponsored by Superior Water, Light, and Power. Clean, reliable, Superior. That's SWLP. Lecce, first free throw is up and good. 8 points for Caden Lecce. 60-56 your score. One more coming. Second free throw. Spins out, no good. Rebound cleared by Drew Tengblad. Now Wangoho into the front court. Picked up by Tomer on the switch. Left side. Going to a minute remaining. Wangoho with the shot off the glass, no good. Rebound grab by Lifeguard, and he'll lay it in. 62-56, and the timeout going to be called. Well, like I said, the Jackets are looking good at one point here in the second half, but the Falcons have made a series of plays late. The Jackets haven't, and now they're down by 6 with 58.7 left. We'll see what kind of strategy Coach Greg Polkowski, puts together here down the stretch. Jackets already committed 10 fouls in this half. They're going to add a couple of tenths of a second. 59.1 now left. At one point in the second half, WS was up 53-46, but since that time, Falcons have outscored the Jackets 16-3. And a lot of this, I think, you can chalk up to a very young basketball team trying to find their way a little bit in the Yellow Jackets. A lot of new faces for UWS. Losing all 5 starters essentially from last year. The lone exception, you might say, being Andrew Beers, who started 14 games for the Jackets in 2024-25, but still some encouraging signs here. The Yellow Jackets are going to have to grow up and hopefully take a lesson on how to close games. Had a hard time closing yesterday against Marion. Had a chance to win that game before they turned it over late. And like I said, I've been outscored 16-3 since the 5:54 mark. So all these last about 5 minutes or so. UWS in the front court now. The timeout. Here's Lecce. And in the front court. Right side, Evan Bennett looking down low for Paulson. Now Lecce out on top. 45 seconds remaining. Lecce going right side, flips up a shot off the window, gets it to go down for 2, and will draw a foul on Micah Thompson. It's one thing if you're the Falcons you don't want to do. It's the 8th team foul. Lecce now into double figures with 10. 62-58, so not over yet, not by a long shot. Lecce's free throw, though, is short. No good. Rebound grabbed by Mittermeier. Jackets get another shot at it here. And Bennett trying to go down low for Tomer, and it'll go out of play. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here, so a chance at a 4-point possession here. That could change the equation. Even a 5-point possession, the Jackets can knock down a 3. 39.3 remaining on the game clock. 16 on the shot clock as Lecce inbounds in the corner. Paulson back for Lecce. Kane Lecce flipping up a shot, leaving it short. And the rebound finds its way in the hands of Reggie Postal. And the Jackets will commit the foul. 30.2 seconds left. UWS, by the way, 2 timeouts left. The Falcons have 3. And the possession arrow right now in favor of the Falcons. Postal, who's been good from the free throw line here so far. 4 for 4 from the stripe in this one. Make it 5 for 5 as he knocks down the free throw. 63-58. Second free throw spins out, no good. Rebound on the corner, Tomer. Jackets have to hurry now as we're under half a minute remaining. Lecce. Bennett. 21 seconds left. It's a 5-point game. Mittermeier. It's taking too long here. Lecce going down the middle, kicks it right side. Now Bennett, and it's turned over as he tried to get it for Postal. The Jackets are going to catch a break here, apparently, as Postal's foot was on the sideline, and maybe a timeout going to be called here. Yeah, Jackets will take it. Again, these are growing pains for a team that's trying to figure themselves out a bit. Jackets will look at this as they head into next weekend, by the way, when they will be in action on Friday, November 14th, taking on Carroll. In their first game of the Gabe Miller Classic, hosted by UW Platteville at Bo Ryan Court down in Platteville. The Yellow Jackets will then close out that tournament by taking on Co on the following Saturday, so less than a week from today, 3 p.m. against the Co-Hawks. We won't be home again until November 29th against Loris, as I mentioned. That's during the Thanksgiving holiday break for most folks on campus. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip against the Dewhawks, 12:45 the pregame here on Yellow Jacket TV. So we'll see if the Yellow Jackets can make this interesting here with 13 ticks on the clock remaining. We'll have about a half hour in between the end of this game and the start of the fourth and final game of the NBC Tip-Off Classic here for 2025 between Marion and Central. That'll be coming up, like I said, about a half hour after we go final here in this one. Stick around also. We'll have our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery whenever we go final here. 13 seconds on the clock. Jackets with 13 on the shot clock to go along with it, so they're basically synchronous. The UWS is going to have almost a catch and shoot and then a foul here, you would think. As Lecce's going to inbound it. Now here's Paulson trying to turn inside. Still trying to turn. Mittermeier, he has to fire from three-point range. Leaves it short off the front rim. Rebound for Tomer. 4 seconds left. The Jackets are going to end up dropping this game. Three-point shot up by Bennett. That's no good. And that is how it ends here. As the Falcons rally back from a 7-point deficit, they outscore the Yellow Jackets 17-5 down the stretch. And they will down the Yellow Jackets in come-from-behind fashion. Your final score here, Yellow Jackets 0-2 now after a 63-58 loss. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back with our post-game show right after this. This is UWS Men's Basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz as we jump into our post-game show, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Spirit Refinery. So Synovus Energy, we energize the world to make people's lives better. Jackets falling in this one, 63-58. It's kind of an interesting game in a lot of different ways. Jackets missing their first 18 shots in this game. Never really figured it out in the opening 20 minutes. The trail 24-17 at the break, and you thought, well, we have to make some adjustments here. And for UWS, going to come back in this game. The Jackets did just that. Actually ended up shooting 53.6% after the first 20 minutes. And if you take out that 0 for 18, the Yellow Jackets ended up 22 for their last, let's see, doing the math in my head here, 43 about, so almost 50% shooting for the Jackets the rest of the way. They end up overall shooting 36.7%. But the Falcons made several plays down the stretch. They also really outscored the Yellow Jackets from the free throw line. UWS ended up 6 out of 9 from the free throw line. The Falcons, meanwhile, 20 out of 25, and that was the difference in the ball game if you look at the numbers in this one. Jackets being led by Evan Bennett. He had 18 points. Good game for him. Second straight good game that he's had. He was 6 out of 11 for those 18 points. Hit a couple of threes, was 4 for 4 also from the stripe. And that Slayton Stroshine for the Yellow Jackets also had a good game before falling out late. He was 4 for 4 from the field for 11 points, 3 for 3 from the stripe. And like I said, ended up falling out. Did all that in 8 minutes, by the way, so an active game for Stroshine, to say the least. Caden Lecce, meanwhile, for the Yellow Jackets, 4 for 15 to score 10 points. And 6 rebounds, 6 assists as well, with just 1 turnover in 34 minutes. 6 points for Eddie Mittermeier in the game, 5 points for Andrew Beers, 4 points for Rocco Paulson, 2 points for Kenny Garth, and 2 points for Nick Nardon in the game as well for the Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, Jack Leifker really turned it on down the stretch, the senior from Blaine, Minnesota for the Falcons. He finishes with 18 points, 5 for 10 shooting, 8 for 10 from the field, 5 rebounds to go along with that, and 28 minutes of play. 10 points for Jeremy Ongoho. He was 3 for 10 from the field, hit 3 free throws, had 4 assists as well in 33 minutes of action. 9 points for Drew Tengblad, 9 points for Gavin Ralph, 8 points for Kyle Steinke, 5 points for Reggie Postal, and 4 points in the game for Micah Thompson. With the loss, the Yellow Jackets now 0-2 on the season. They'll be next in action this coming Friday as they head down to the Gabe Miller Classic hosted by UW-Platteville at Bo Ryan Court down in Platteville. That'll be a 5 p.m. opening tip against Carroll in their first game before they close out the tournament by taking on Coe at 3 p.m. on Saturday. The Jackets, in fact, will not be home again until November 29th when they take on Loris in non-conference action right here at the Mertz. 1 p.m. the opening tip there, 12:45 the pregame here on Yellow Jacket TV. In the meantime, our next Yellow Jacket sports broadcast here on Yellow Jacket TV of any kind will come up this Wednesday as the Yellow Jacket women's volleyball team enters the UMAC tournament. They'll be hosting the number 3 seed, Bethany Lutheran, in the semifinal round of the UMAC tournament. 7 p.m. the opening serve there, 6:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS with yours truly locally and also on Yellow Jacket TV. A big thank you to Evan Ludwig, who is my engineer for this one. A big thank you to everybody who tuned in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We hope you'll join us for more Yellow Jacket sports and more Yellow Jacket men's basketball as this season moves along. So for Evan Ludwig and our entire crew at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson repeating the final score. UW River Falls downs the Yellow Jackets here. Final score here at the NBC Tip-Off Classic. Falcons 63, Yellow Jackets 58. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll take a quick break before we come back with the second game between Marion and Central. This has been UWS men's basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.